Riot Fest, kind of behind the scenes, Brian and Lou with Metric and Lay James.
Hi, how are you?
We're behind the scenes.
We're behind the scenes in a museum. I don't know if we should keep it at a reasonable height.
Is this a museum? Am I leaning against art?
Yeah,
Some
don't
sort
touch
of
the
thing.
art.
It's,
I'll stand in front of
it's
the
all
art.
in Espanol.
I believe it's a cultural center.
You know, a couple of years, I met you guys a bunch of years ago in New York. When I worked at a radio station in New York, you did a performance.
Yeah.
I remember
How was
Emily. It was fantastic.
Oh,
and I still
right.
talk about it because
That's
Emily.
been eating away at me ever since that time.
I
in New
know
York
Emily
we
because
met.
I remember you had some voice issues and you had this tea.
Oh, it's delicious. Ginger tea.
It was
Actually,
strong.
I would correct you. Is that
You sure it wasn't
I don't
tequila?
have voice issues because of the tea that I
Yeah.
drink, which I highly recommend. Also, it's just a very healthy tonic.
Yeah.
Fresh ginger, fresh honey, a little bit of
Lime,
lemon.
ice, and tequila.
You transformed into a different person after you had this concoction.
It's delicious.
so I
Yeah,
hope-
it's really good
I
for
hope you
your
had a trademark on
circulation
it.
and yeah, that's just an herb, isn't it? Like a root, really,
Sure.
isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But I know, like New York is you have a base in New York, but you've gotten to travel the world and really seen some really cool remote places and exotic places. Talk about some of these like travels, like your world travels as a band.
Istanbul was kind of great.
Istanbul's fun.
We met these people who very kindly took us by boat on the Bosphorus. Remember that? We had to go to this weird pier and stand in the dark, and then they pulled up in like a speedboat. I just like saying Bosphorus.
Yes.
And
With a PH.
that was
It's
totally
it's the
PH.
meeting of Europe and Asia. That
Yeah,
river.
it's an amazing.
Half of Istanbul is in Europe and half of it is in Asia, and you can see the other continent across the river.
It was
Wow.
amazing,
Until
and then
you've
we went
had
to
too many
like-
drinks, then you
yeah.
can't see.
And we went to
It's
a
all one
sort
big
of.
continent.
It was kind of fancy, that place.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Yeah,
Was
Istanbul was
they
great.
got they might be giant song in your head?
Nope.
Oh
Oh no! Well,
No.
actually,
Now maybe
maybe it
that's-
was.
Yeah.
Looking back
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
What about some other places where like you'd be able to hit as a band, like fortunate enough to?
Well, I mean,
Explore.
you know, I don't care one way or the other that much about England, but it was pretty amazing going to Stonehenge.
And seeing Spinal Tap at Stonehenge.
Yeah, that was pretty
Oh,
great.
Like the actual band Spinal Tap, who had
Wow.
also just played Glastonbury that day.
Yeah,
And
it was
then
great.
we're also checking out Stonehenge for the first
Because
time.
they've never been.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was really great because it was Jules' birthday, and he's a huge fan of Christopher Guest and all those guys. So we're like pulling up, and we're like, "This is great for Jules' birthday. We'll go to Stonehenge." And we're like, "Is that Spinal Tap?"
So it was
Yeah.
random. You guys didn't know they were going
No,
to
no,
showed up
no,
and
they
And
were
they
like-
Spinal Tap.
And
at
they were
Stonehenge.
just driving
They
from
saw it
Glastonbury
too.
too. They were just driving back to London. They were like, "We should probably go." Like after all these years, and then
We
we're
couldn't-
like, "Is that Christopher Guest?"
We chased down Christopher Guest. We didn't get him. though. He escaped.
No, he took a.
Harry
Harry Shearer.
Shearer.
We have
We got
pictures.
Harry
Yeah.
Oh, he's
sure
brilliant.
is
He's
it?
the best, I
Yeah.
know. But he was like, yeah, we've never seen it. We've
We
never
kidnapped
been.
him, and we got 200 grand in ransom.
That's nice.
Funded the band's next two
And then you
records.
watch it. You watched Waiting for Guffman on the way home.
Exactly,
Right.
with
So-
him,
With
handcuffed and taped up in the back.
He loved it.
world.
It was
He
great.
did.
Yeah.
It's great. It's the next Christopher Guest.
He
film.
kept saying,
Starring Jimmy.
We thought he was having a great time.
So where would you guys like to go that you haven't been? I mean, is there a place you haven't been?
Well, I would love to play in India. I've been there, but I'd love to. I was born there, and I've been there, but I'd love to play there. And we went to Asia last year, which was kind of vibey. We went to Hong Kong.
Wow.
Hong Kong was great. I'd like
Yeah,
to play
I like to go back to
Shanghai.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have much of a Japanese situation.
We've played a couple times. It's great, but it was in the club years, and then we didn't do a.
We
didn't
kind of missed the whole
transition.
like big in Japan by like
yeah,
20 years.
Yeah, it didn't get.
You know what I mean?
We were
Just
doing
under
other
2
things.
decades.
Now
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like small in Japan.
You weren't
Remember, we're small in
Hasselhoff.
Japan. It's true.
You weren't Hasselhoff. You didn't even reach that Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Might be the name of our next record.
Yeah, small in
Hasselhoff,
Japan.
yeah.
We're small.
Oh, small in Japan. I would go with
There's no-
Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Or strong
Hasselhoff.
exotic tea. That'd be like a cool thing.
I like that.
Talk about this
Being
really
single.
cool interactive app you have, where
Yeah.
you have like you get to. People
I
get to
thought
remix.
you'd never ask about my app.
It's funny. I haven't thought about it in about a year.
You know what? It really pissed me off how little excitement you showed about the app.
I like it.
You like technology more than me, but in general, I thought the app,
I like
thank you,
vintage
first of
stuff.
all.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I thought it was really enjoyable. I thought it was really engaging. It's sweet. It's just like, yeah, you can really play with it. You can make nice music. I liked the psychedelic element of being able to do the swoop with the visuals.
Yeah, the 3D elements and like the
3D
remixes.
Yeah, and then like as you're going like, whoa, the mountains, and then it goes like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But I thought that was
Yeah.
really pretty great.
Right.
Yeah, right?
Letting people get creative with
Get
this stuff.
creative
For the
with this
record, I
stuff.
thought it was pretty great too.
Okay, thanks. Good. Yeah, thanks
And
for
now you're
bringing
on
it up,
record.
man. I'm
You're
chuffed.
welcome.
Yeah.
That's the record. There it is. There's the record.
There's the record.
Yeah.
There it is.
Metric here at Riot Fest this weekend, and plans for what's the next stamp on the passport?
Well,
I'm
funny
going
you
to
ask
Spain
because I
tomorrow.
do have a brand new passport. I got it 2 days ago.
Because
and
it filled up?
To this morning. No, because it was going to expire today
Oh, okay.
actually, and I wasn't going to be able to get home, and I was going to have to get an apartment in Wicker Park. But I got a brand new
Look at
passport.
Passport.
Today was the very first stamp in my passport.
Big day, big day.
Big day for the
Did they
passport.
question
Back to school, man. Pick out
They
your
didn't
locker.
question me.
Okay.
They didn't question me. He was an old rocker as well. I could
Nice.
tell. And I said, "Do you have any kids?" And he said, "I do. I have 3 kids." I said, "Well, they probably know who we are. So check it out on the internet."
And
Old man.
you're solid, yeah.
Well, it seemed to go all right. I mean, I didn't get
He's here.
interrogated and
Got
stripped
stamped,
searched,
right?
Yeah, it's here.
You know, at Riot Fest they have a haunted house here.
Really?
Can you put your hands in the peeled grapes?
You can. Well, but I was going to ask what
Yeah,
scares you.
right.
Horrible eyeballs.
What would scare you the
I
most?
thought
What
it
would
was
scare you the most at a
spaghetti.
haunted house?
It's anything kind of spidery, like if it was
I
like,
knew
whoa,
you were
what's
gonna
that,
say
right?
spiders. I
Well,
just
not
had
even
a
that. It's
feeling.
not even this, but more the cobwebs, like that, like was it a cobweb? That would freak me out. And then if it was also like, oh, let me just get my bearings. Oh, it's eyeballs. Those together, that would be what about for you?
I was never a fan of the haunted house cafe at the end.
Well, the gift
Oh.
shop cafe.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
here, buy a
You
T-shirt.
know, where you get like haunted muffins and stuff like that. Not into it.
Eyeball soup. Oh, here,
Yeah.
there it is. Metric Riot Fest here. Continued success. I hope to
you
see
very much.
3 or 4 passports just stand.
That's what I'm hoping
Stack
for
them
too.
up.
See you soon.
See you soon.